Where are you in your business right now? The more measurable a result is, the easier it is for us to make it feel less abstract, and then we can assign a value to it. So if my goal was, I want my designers to be better, is that an abstract goal or is that a quantifiable goal? It's super abstract. What happens then is if you tell your designer, I just need you to be better, they're gonna feel really bad, they're gonna be afraid they're gonna lose their job, and you're gonna feel frustrated that they've never achieved the goal. Because the goal is super abstract. So whenever possible, when you get to it, you can ask your clients, this result that you want, how will we know when we get there? How do we measure it? Help me out. And you can do that. This just takes practice, okay? So today I feel like we're playing basketball. I taught you how to dribble, how to do like a pass, and how to shoot. That doesn't mean you're gonna be an NBA player, but it does mean you know the foundational things, but with enough practice, with confidence, you'll start to get better and better at this. The video you're about to watch is a sales workshop that I had in Dubai. This was just a glimpse of the full workshop on conversational selling. If you want more content like this, be sure you check out the link in the description. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into the sales framework, okay? So we know that everybody has a present, a past, and a future. So when they come to you, they're in their now state. I'm right here, right now, I'm in front of you. And some people would say, there's no past, there's no future, just now. The other stuff are imagination or memory or something like that, okay? So there's the now story. And the now story gives us context to what's going on. And what we want to do is we want to have this conversation really quickly establish like where they're at. So you can ask them like, where are you in your business right now? Just give me a little high-level summary of who you serve, what problems you solve, so I know. I'm an architect, I'm looking for a website, and I hope you can solve that problem. Or we work with institutions designing schools or government buildings. Something has interrupted you to create a problem for you. So if we map it on a timeline, that was years ago, last year, this year, and then today. So if nothing changes, everything's cool. Like if you're happy in your marriage, no problem. If you're having some friction, there's some communication problems, something interrupted here. So what we're trying to do is find out in the timeline, before we get to now, something happened, caused a problem. Something changed. So that's what I refer to as the change story. What we want to do is we want to find out how they're feeling this pain, and the more pain they feel, the more urgent they seek a solution. We talked about this before, right? Earlier today, I said that there's the present, there's the past, and then there's the future. Before we can go to the future, we must revisit the past, which is what we're doing, and help them to feel the pain. If there's no pain, we find a different problem, or we say, I don't think there's anything I can do for you. It seems like everything is okay. Seems like if you do nothing, you'll be all right. You don't need a new website. You don't need a new identity design. And the funny thing is, when you say that, most of the time, what they do is they say to you, no, I really want the website. Identity is really important. So then they'll tell you, I don't care what you say. It's still urgent. I still feel that pain, even if it's really small. But if you try to convince them that it's a really big problem from a no problem, they're like, no, you're trying to push a sale on me. So what happens is something happened in the past. I'm feeling immense pain. You're helping me understand it. That leads us to today. Okay? Which we got. And then we're going to say that something is standing in our way. Because I want something and I haven't been able to figure it out. I have an obstacle, but I also have a want or a need. And that's going to take me to my desired future state. The goal, the result, or whatever it is. Hopefully it's super logical. And the last one here is the impact. If at all possible, we want to quantify, to measure the result. The more measurable a result is, the easier it is for us to make it feel less abstract, and then we can assign a value to it. So if my goal was, I want my designers to be better, is that an abstract goal or is that a quantifiable goal? It's super abstract. What happens then is if you tell your designer, I just need you to be better, they're gonna feel really bad, they're gonna be afraid they're gonna lose their job, and you're gonna feel frustrated that they've never achieved the goal because the goal is super abstract. So whenever possible, when you get to it, you can ask your clients, this result that you want, how will we know when we get there? How do we measure it? Help me out. And you can do that. Customer satisfaction is up. Turnover rate is down. We have more visitors to the website. Whatever it is, it can be measured. Help them measure it. So at this point, you've pretty much got all the information that you need, right? Tell me where you're at in your business, what has changed recently that's causing us to have this conversation today, and Why is this urgent? Why not just wait and do nothing? Those kinds of questions you can ask. Okay, so what's standing in your way then? Why haven't you been able to achieve this before? What have you tried in the past? And they'll tell you. So what is it that you ultimately want? I want X, Y, and Z. And if that happens, what do you get? Okay? So if we were to play a game called the 5 Whys, the 5 Whys is whatever you want, I just keep asking you why. Sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, but 5 is like more than enough. I will show you right now. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a skills practice, and I'll show you how this works, and I'll do it live with you. Tell me a little bit about what you do. Give me context. What do you do? Who do you do it for?
Editing agency. We just do video editing, like for YouTube, social media, B2B documents.
Tell me about like what's changed in your business. What is it that's the reason why we're having a conversation today?
I can generate more leads.
So when you say stuck, how long have you been stuck?
6 months.
Okay, you've been stuck for about 6 months. What do you suspect what you need to do is?
An action plan
For
what I need to do, what I need to talk about, if I need to grow my personal brand, to generate more.
The ultimate goal is for you to double your revenue, and the path forward is probably to get similar clients or clients like the ones you're already having with some kind of outreach program so that you can enhance the number of leads you have. You should be able to get this, and I wrote the notes. Okay, we got it, we're done. And you notice how there's a lot of empty spaces? Because it's not that complicated. He's like, I want more money, I want to make more money, and he wants more money. It's easy. It's just more money. If you were able just to focus purely on manufacturing and not see a loss in revenue, would you consider just focusing on them? See how easy that was? His fear was losing revenue. So if you just remove it, if this happened and that happened, would you then? And he said, do you see the change in language and body? Just an if. If is a safe space to play with our imagination, low commitment. And the weird thing is, momentum is a good thing. So I take a little half baby step in the if, but then it's like I realize it's not that scary, so I can take another half step. And I think, before you know it, they've agreed. So the insights to me are, number one, if you could have recurring revenue, do you feel like you would need to generate as many leads? Because if the clients consistently came back to you, would that generate the money that you want?
Yeah, over time to leads add up.
Yeah, I mean, because it's much harder to get a new client than it is to keep a client. So I suspect the creators who disappear, something is not working in your system, because I think they would want more.
Some of them do just give up on posting.
So then the insight would be, you have to find different creators who are just already committed, already successful. Whereas paying you a couple $1,000 a month is a bargain. There's lots of those. Where would you find some of those people?
Social media.
No, you'd go out there. It's the 1 billion summit. Everybody here is a freaking content creator, isn't it?
Yes.
They're literally right here. If I throw this marker, I bet you I hit a content creator.
I'm an introvert like that.
That's a new problem. Okay, so the insight is he's scared and he's an introvert. The solution for this is quite easy. Okay, believe it or not, there are tons of creators out there who want exactly what you do. You should do social media editing for them, and they'll pay you thousands of dollars a month. They won't even think about it and just give you more work. And then you run it through your system and you just do that. So we found some things. The creators he has are not committed, they're not successful yet. So if we just switch to finding successful creators, we could do that. That's just one insight. But the real insight is focus on your manufacturing people because they pay you more. And now we just need to find more of them that want more of this at a higher level, and you'll do better. That's what you need. So if I were to present to you a plan that helped you to get more manufacturing clients outside of SEO, what would that be worth to you?
I don't know, 5K.
5K?
I guess.
For recurring revenue of 10K or more a month? That sounds like a little off, huh? If you double, so you're doing 10K now, and you double, well, let's do the math together. It'd be 20K, 70% of which, well, we'll just talk about the new 10K. 7K in profit a month times 12 is what?
84.
Huh? 84? 84. The Asian in the room's like 84, bro. 84, yeah. So you're gonna make $84,000 more a year and have a system that does this, and you just wanna spend how much?
Is 10% good enough?
Well, I don't know. Would you be okay with 10%?
Yeah.
So that would be 8,400.
Yes.
Okay. I can tell you what, I could probably come up with a plan for you for less than that. Would you be interested in that?
Sure.
Okay, maybe 7,500?
This is great, but like he was very willing to give you this information. So like let's say we're having this call, like Chris, why are you asking me all this question?
It's a very natural thing. And you're gonna do this and you're gonna have the exact same problem. You're gonna come back and say, what a jip. This is just total like, this never works. It doesn't work in real life, right? Here's the thing. At any point here, there could have been friction and there wasn't because it's a conversational thing that we escalated or scaffold towards the things that we needed to know. I didn't just go into like, what can you spend, bro? What's your budget? How much money do you make? And that's how you guys asked that question. That's the problem. You haven't built trust. You haven't demonstrated that you understand how businesses work. So why would I give you any of that information? A smart business person, Mo, knows that by talking to another smart business person and being clear and transparent is only going to help him. And if he doesn't do that, it's going to hurt him. The problem is most of you fake this conversation only to find out this number and you go for the throat. And they feel it too. So what I'm going to tell you to do is try your best to have your conversation as naturally as possible and you'll see you'll land it somewhere close to where we landed. This just takes practice, okay? So today I feel like we're playing basketball. I taught you how to dribble, how to do like a pass, and how to shoot. That doesn't mean you're going to be an NBA player, but it does mean you know the foundational things, but with enough practice, with confidence, you'll start to get better and better at this. You want to go deeper than this video? Be sure to join our patron membership here on YouTube to unlock exclusive members-only content. Watch full-length videos like this, unreleased trainings and workshops, content that people have paid thousands of dollars or more to attend. Available exclusively only here on YouTube.